What up, what up, what up? What's good with your life? What's up, fam? This video, we're going to talk about never fall in love with a woman's potential. Now, it's great to have potential and people with drive and integrity and goal setting and all this. All that is wonderful. But this video, we're going to talk about the right way to do it, the wrong way to do it, the pitfalls and what to look out for, red flags, and the antidote. Don't go away. I want to cover a few things that you need to look out for. These are potential pitfalls, and when you find yourself in this position like this, you want to remove yourself, take a step back, and reassess. They come from our insides. We know that we have potential to do our best. We have potential to be our best. We've been told that since we were children growing up. We were told that we have potential to be our best, which is very true. That's a fact. However, when we start to date and relationships and involve our potential with someone else's potential, we're trying to find a match. Okay? Whether we know it or not, we are designed to seek out, ultimately, we're looking for our match. Vibrational level, as far as we get along or not getting along, but we're trying to find someone that gels with us or vibes with us. That's the ultimate goal, subconsciously, or whether you want to do it on purpose or not, whether you know it or not, consciously or unconsciously, trying to find our match. It could be over a one-night stand. It can be, it could be long-term. That's predicated on whatever situation is and wherever you take it, thus and so forth, right? Because if it's physical attraction or spiritual or anything like that, some people just want one-night stands. Some want three, want sister wives, all this other nonsense. So all those things, you got to find compatibility. Once you find compatibility, then you're off and running. So with potential, though, you're not getting that, okay? You're getting the hope of these things to come. See, when you have potential for someone or you're putting potential on someone, it's your impression that you have on them and your expectations, no matter how unreasonable they are. So that's why when it comes to dating and relationships and long-term marriage, all these things, these are important because what happens, they come out, because everyone starts out with the positive. They sell themselves in the beginning, like an interview. We sell ourselves. Oh, this is what I do. I'm good at this. I'm that. I'm this. Now, when you are doing this, you don't want to sell yourself when you're dating. You want to get to know somebody, yes. But you want to be authentic as possible. Am I telling you to tell them all the things about yourself? No. But you have to be your true self, regardless. Why? Because if you don't, it's going to come through anyway. Don't do it to yourself. Don't body yourself that way. So you want to look out for people, and some red flags here that are pretty obvious, but once you're enamored with someone, you start to skew all the little red flags get skewed under. Why? Because we're seeking, again, men, we're visual. Women are visual too, but they're more, they do it it's a little different from women. They do a different assessment. We both have assessments, and I'm gonna go over that in a second. So some of the red flags you want to look out for, especially in a dating situation, because you want to see the best in someone that you like. You like what you see, number one. That's the first thing. So you want to see the best side of them in that moment, because people want to sell you often the best side of themselves or show you the best side of themselves, depending on who the person is, right? So a lot of times, now you want to avoid someone that's telling stories about themselves. In other words, they're selling themselves to be something they're not. In other words, they're bragging about whether they're good at work or that they're very needed at work, they're in charge, or their friends count on them for everything and all this kind of stuff. That's okay. That's showing potential to be a good friend, a good coworker, maybe a boyfriend, a past or whatever, which you don't really want to hear about. But anyway, if it comes up, a lot of times people sell themselves, don't know, they know what they're doing because they're trying to put themselves in the best light. Look out for those things and if you're doing those things, guys, don't do it. In my opinion, potential is observed through action, not sold and told. Sure, whether it be auditory or visual or another source of someone's actions, it's still observed by the observer. They determine that person's value in their perspective. Okay, this person has potential because. Now, here's the thing. Doesn't mean that now they can be not where they want to be in life, but the potential is there because they're working on it. When they're not doing that, it's not there. Potential is only good when it's in action and put to use. Like knowledge. If you don't use it, you don't have it. It's going nowhere. If you're not using the knowledge, it's not useful to you. Right? Same thing with potential. Sure, you want to play basketball, but you haven't practiced in years. You want to be a professional basketball player, but you never picked up a ball. But you like the sport, you're good at it. Never took it seriously. You want to be a mechanic, you want to be an airplane pilot, you want to be whatever, a businessman, and you're not taking any classes, or you're not selling anything, or you're not in that realm of business, but one day you're going to do, then it's only a story you're telling. So don't be a storyteller. So a real quick crash course in potential, right? There's two classes. There's two camps of potential. It lays in two camps. That's the camp of wanters. They want to do something, and doers. Okay, that's the camp. People that want to do stuff, like I said, they want. They're dreamers. One day I will. I'm going to try. Doers say, you know what? In spite of me not knowing it all, I'm going to start to do it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take action. Doers take action. Wanters don't. They think about it. They're going to do it. They're procrastinators, right? And people that, people that expect the person to be or have the things that they want to see in them, that's not their reality. So you're living in a false reality if you look at someone that way with potential that has no plans on taking any action. You're only kidding yourself, so don't bother yourself. And that applies to guys or women, anybody. But see, guys are so slow when it comes to this, and we're different. We move different when it comes to this kind of decision making, and I'll get into that in a second. But we are different. All right, so when it comes to potential, there's two different classes of potential. There's two different camps they live in, okay? As far as the man's camp and the woman's camp, it's still assessment. We both assess. Women assess men, men assess women. However, this video is geared toward men in this case, but it works for both. But in this case, men need help with this. Because why? Because when it comes to the assessment part of potential, guys see a woman visually as a potential mate. So right away, our system is geared to how she looks. Can she make babies? Can she birth children? That's a primary drive that we have. That's hardwired in our reptile system. That's already in there. That's locked in already. Can we make babies with it? Is she virile? Is she healthy enough to make babies? That's our assessment. So that gives her value. Okay. Now, the problem with that, men are more permissive. We're very permissive when it comes to being, to assess a woman's value, when it comes to picking out and deciding if she's going to be the person that you're going to take in and spend time with, blah, 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 blah. Right? Because if she looks good, and guys date down, women date up. That's the difference. I'll get into that in a second. As far as the guys are concerned, they ignore all the stops. When it comes to a woman that has potential, now, this could be for what, like again, doesn't matter about potential. One night stand, long term, possible girlfriend experience, etc. Doesn't matter. But the assessment process is still the same. She has potential, put her on the table. Let's talk about it. Getting to know her. Now, here's the problem when it comes to guys. Here's the problem. The kick in the ass comes in when you see her bad behavior and she gets the hall pass. What do I mean by that? Let's say, for example, you go to her house and she invites you over, you sit on the couch, and the kids come out of nowhere and they're jumping around and they're yelling in the house. And she goes, yeah, have a seat, and I'll be right back in a minute. She goes to get something out, I don't know. She goes to the back room or the bathroom or the kitchen, and the kids are running around and they're jumping on the couch and they're unruly, and you're sitting there and you know, you got to deal with all this, and you go, you know, all right. Most guys will let that go and let it pass, you know. Okay, she's got the kids. All right, well, you know, that's no big deal. It happens, you know. We find reasons to let her go and give her the pass, the hallway pass. Okay, so that's a bad side. Red flag as well. Why? Because the kids are unruly. What does it tell you about her judgment? About her disciplinary skills. They're very low and lacking. So if the kids are already a problem, she obviously doesn't see a problem with the kids acting unruly. Chances are they're acting unruly and they probably have bad behavior because it's learned at home. She don't see anything wrong with the kids jumping around, and sure, kids will be kids. I understand that. But there's outside to play. There's their room to play in. I have company. You guys, first of all, men around the kids is okay with her. So there's a lot of red flags here. But guys, let it pass. If you're doing that, don't do it. Stop it. Her phone. She's got bad phone behavior. Every time you're on the phone with her, you're sitting down, you're talking, get together, you finally get a moment to speak with her and get to know her a little more and everything. She's bad. She got a bad body, but she's always on the phone. Oh, yeah, hold on one second. Yeah, yeah. Girl, you crazy. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Her phone etiquette is terrible. Why? Because she's inconsiderate. She has no acuity, social acuity, to know that you're sitting there, and there's no respect for the fact that you're taking up your time with her because you're on her dime, because she puts herself in a priority position. That's selfish on her part. She's inconsiderate. Why? Because her friend on the phone and whoever she's on the phone with at that point in time is more important than sitting here with you. You're already here already. She ain't worried about that. Oh, this phone call is more important. Oh, this girl's crazy. One second. Wow. So you're seeing how she's going to be. This is the beginning. Don't forget. This is initiation phase. This is the interview. So she has no regards for you in the interview. Come on, what does that tell you? But again, here you go. The hall pass. It's all right. I get it. The phone call. I get it. Your friends are more. I don't know your friends. Your friends have been around longer than me. You know, I get it. Inconsiderate. Next one. You see the phone call comes in. She get a phone. She answers the phone. It's the bill collector. Or you look around, or you're sitting around. You see the bills coming in, or mail just piled up in her house somewhere. Obviously, she's not taking care of her business. Financially unstable. If the bills are piling up, you know, she's not answering the phone for collectors. She's dodging collectors on the phone. What does that tell you? She's got a problem with money management. Finances are array. They're all over the place. And check this out. You get involved with someone like this, her financial problems will be your financial problems. You'll take on and inherit all of her problems, whatever they are and however deep they go. You're invested. She had potential. And now you're in it. Don't bother yourself. She got a sloppy home. Her house is unkept. Okay, so in other words, every time you go there, there's stuff on the floor. There's just dishes not in the sink, they're not clean, or just bad home economics. Now, the thing of it is, you get invested in this, and you say, you know what, we can always get around to fix that. Or she says to you, I'll take care of that. I'm going to excuse the stuff in the sink. Yeah, just grab another glass from somewhere. Yeah, just rinse one out. You'll be all right. Yeah, just rinse one out. Now, you say, okay, yeah, this one up. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, rinse it out. Yeah, that's cool. You can use that one. So now, you in the kitchen watching dishes, right? Second date, third date. Now you're comfortable. You know, she's cool. She's cool. She's on the phone while you doing all that. Yeah. No, he said, yeah. She's always just said hi. You know, you're like, tell her I said what's up. You know, whatever. So, and now she's on the phone. And you're doing this. Now, what's going to happen is you've been trained that the dishes, if they're dirty, just go over there and just clean something. Just go ahead and wipe the glass out and use it. What does that mean? No responsibility. There's no home no home etiquette. No responsibility. There's no home economics. And if the house is dirty, oftentimes either you're going to be the maid or you have to get a maid. So either you have to get a maid or you're going to be the maid. Don't be the maid or the homemade butler because she's too comfortable already. Don't do it to yourself. So now let's go to the women real quick. Now, a guy will, like I said, a guy will date down because the physical attributes are there. The sexual market value for him, it goes high. It's up enough. Now, even though she's a 6 or a 4, 6 is fine, but a 4, even though she's a 4 or a 5, she's okay. A guy will deal with a 5. A guy will talk to a 4 because why? She's got potential. She's got a great body. She's not that bright, but still, he will date down to where a woman will never do that. Women will date up, 5 and better. If you're 5, you're going to be struggling to get her attention on the attraction scale. You got to do everything great, perfectly for at least the first 3 dates. And then you might go up to a 6. If you're doing everything right, then eventually it gets to a 7. But once you get to 6, you can get some ass and all that stuff and all the good stuff. Okay? So the point of the matter is she's going to do a different assessment. You men assess her assets with physical. Her physical assets check out. So that's good. It checks out. We're going to hold it in there for her. We're going to hold on potential. She's got it. I'm going to root for her now. Let's go. Let's go. Women are more judgmental. Her assets are financial assets. She's going to see the worth, the resources that you have, finances, your car, where your living conditions, the job assessment, where you work, what do you do? You're going to give her a laundry list of what you do. Boom, boom, boom. You know, oh, I'm looking at this. I'm trying to promote myself to this. Or I'm trying to do this. Or I might be getting a job doing that. This, that. That's potential for her. But you're going to go up. What does that do for her? It gives her an automatic upgrade. Women don't date down. They always date up. No matter what happens with you, she's going to level up a little bit, just for that moment, because she's going to assess. Okay, you do that. You're going, oh, he does that. Okay, that. She's taking everything in. Women have a checklist, guys. Women have checklists. If you're checking a list off, boom, oh, okay, boom. As you're talking, she's making a mental note. Check, check, check. And once you pass that, she's going to be on it and give you potential. Doesn't mean you're in. It's only potential. Now, I said there's the financial potential. There's also resource. It's all about resources, guys. It's all about resources. Her resource may not be financial. Her resource and assessment may be emotional. Whether he needs emotional help, he's got bad behavior. This is why women fall for bad boys. This is why the empaths get the worst of the brunt of all this, because they feel they gotta help and heal his need. They're the doctor to step in and wish all his and warm him up and smooth his edges, which he can never do. Some women can make a guy do better because he wants to do better. You have to understand the potential for him is within him, not her doing it for him. No matter how much she wants to make him feel better or help him, the same way a guy can't fix a woman, you can't fix guy or girl if they don't want to do it themselves. So the empath's trail is a fatal one to the one that's attracted to the guy that has no potential. She gives a potential, but he never said he's not showing potential. This is why women end up with black eyes and abusive relationships, and they feel they can't get out because why? They're deeply invested in the rabbit hole. Guys, keep your hands to yourself. All right? Don't be doing that punk ass shit. I don't want. If you're doing that, get off this channel. Period. So, because you're better than that, don't be doing that on this channel, because you don't need to do all that. A woman like this, If you're in a situation, you got to talk to a friend, someone you can confide in, and take the advice, because you got to see what it is. It's not worth you getting a black eye, big lip, and all that. You know, it's not helping you, and it definitely ain't helping him, because he don't care. So, being an empath doesn't mean you put yourself in the path of danger. It doesn't mean in the path of danger, empath. No, not at all. You're not helping. Go where you're needed, period. That's the bottom line. Just go where you're going to do some good, because that ain't going to do nothing for you but to take you apart, period. You ain't that tough. Trust me. So, that being said, listen, guys, like, subscribe, comment below. There's a lot of people signing in. We're making moves on this channel. You know, I appreciate everybody coming through. Much love and respect. Yo, when you hear your family, I got you. Excel.